orders. Thoughts are habits, and habits can be gently unlearned. The belief that changes everything, the one belief that opens the door to happiness and peace is this: you always have a choice about what you think. You may not control what happens around you. You may not control what other people say or do. You may not control the past or sudden events. But you always have a choice about how you interpret what happens and what meaning you give it. And meaning is where suffering or peace is born. Most people do not realize how much power they give away by believing they are victims of their thoughts. They say things like, "I can't be happy because," or "anyone would feel upset in my situation." And that may feel true, but it is still a belief. When you say you have no choice, you step into the role of the victim. And the victim, by definition, has no power. The victim waits. The victim blames. The victim hopes someone else will change first. I want to say this very gently, because this is not about blame at all. The victim mindset is learned. We were taught it. We learned it as children when we depended on others to survive. But what kept you safe then may be keeping you stuck now. You can thank that old pattern and then release it. Instead, it says, "I choose how I respond." That is the shift from victim to creator, from powerless to empowered, from reacting to choosing. And the moment you make that shift, something inside you relaxes, because your nervous system finally hears, "I am not trapped." Let me ask you something, and answer honestly inside yourself. When you are upset, who do you believe has the power over your feelings? Another person? A situation? The past? Or you? This question is not meant to judge you. It is meant to wake you up gently. Because the moment you realize your feelings are connected to your thoughts, not to events themselves, you regain your freedom. Two people can experience the same situation and feel completely different. Why? Because of the thoughts they choose to believe. One person sees rejection, another sees redirection, one sees failure, another sees learning, one sees abandonment, another sees space to grow. The situation did not change, the thought did, and with the thought, the emotional experience changed too. This is why I say, again and again, you are not here to fix the world before you can be peaceful. You are here to learn how to choose thoughts that support you instead of punish you. Peace is not passive. Peace is a choice, a quiet, steady choice you can make moment by moment. Now, let's talk about responsibility, because many people misunderstand this word and become afraid of it. Responsibility does not mean blaming yourself. Responsibility means responsibility, the ability to respond differently. When you say, "I am responsible for my peace," you are not saying everything is your fault. You are saying you are powerful enough to choose again. The victim says, "You made me feel this way." The empowered person says, "I choose how I feel." The victim waits for permission. The empowered person gives permission to themselves. The victim says, "Life is happening to me." The empowered person says, "Life is responding to me." Can you feel the difference in your body when you hear those statements? One contracts, the other expands. Expansion is where healing lives. I want you to know something very important. Choosing peaceful thoughts does not mean you will never feel angry, sad, or afraid again. It means you stop living inside those emotions. You allow them to pass through instead of building a home there. You say, "I see you, I feel you, and I choose not to stay here." This is why I always say, start where you are, use what you have. Choose the softest thought you can believe right now. Maybe it's not. Everything is wonderful. Maybe it's you stop seeing yourself as a victim of life, and you begin to experience yourself as a participant. You stop asking the world to change so you can be happy, and you begin to notice the quiet happiness that was already present. You stop fighting reality, and peace walks in naturally. So let me leave you with this truth and let it land gently. Happiness is not a reward for perfect circumstances. It is a byproduct of compassionate thinking. When you choose thoughts that are kind, forgiving, and empowering, peace follows you. Not because life's natural state when you stop arguing with life. Over the years, I have watched so many people search for peace in the outside world. They change jobs. They change relationships. They move cities. Peace comes from rearranging the way you relate to yourself. And there are 3 pillars that support this inner peace. When one is missing, peace wobbles. When all 3 are present, peace becomes steady, even when life is not. The first pillar is acceptance. And I want to be very clear about this because acceptance is often misunderstood. Acceptance does not mean giving up. Acceptance does not mean saying that everything that happened was okay. Acceptance simply means you stop fighting what already exists. You stop using your energy to argue with reality. You stop punishing yourself for being human. Most people are exhausted not because life is hard, but because they are constantly at war with themselves. They say things like, "I shouldn't feel this way," or "I should have known better," or "I'll only accept myself when I improve." And every one of those sentences is a withdrawal from inner peace. When you fight yourself, you cannot be at peace. This is why I have repeated this sentence for decades, because it heals at the root. I love and accept myself exactly as I am. Not later, not when I am calmer, not when I am healed, exactly as I am. The nervous system relaxes when it hears this. The body softens. The inner child stops hiding. Acceptance tells your whole being, you are safe here. Acceptance also means you stop judging your past. You look back with the eyes of compassion instead of criticism. You understand that you always did the best you could with the awareness you had at the time. Judgment keeps you stuck in the past. Acceptance frees you to move forward. And the moment you say, "I accept myself right now," something inside you lets go. That letting go is peace beginning. The second pillar of inner peace is forgiveness. If I forgive, I'll lose control. But forgiveness does not weaken you. Forgiveness releases the grip the past has on you. It allows energy that has been trapped in anger and bitterness to return to your life force. When you forgive, you reclaim yourself. And sometimes forgiveness needs to happen in layers. You forgive a little, then a little more. You forgive again when another memory surfaces. That is normal. Be gentle with yourself. Each time you choose forgiveness, even imperfectly, you are choosing peace. You are saying, "I choose to be free." So you might affirm quietly, "I choose freedom. I forgive and I release." And you do not have to feel it fully for it to work. Willingness is enough. The body understands the direction you are choosing. The third pillar of inner peace is living in the present moment. This is where peace actually lives. Peace does not live in the future. Peace does not live in the past. Peace lives only in now. Anxiety is living in the future. Regret is living in the past. Peace is living here. Notice that right now, in this exact moment, you are breathing. Your feet are supported. You are alive. In this moment, you are safe enough. The mind wants to travel. It wants to rehearse disasters or replay mistakes, but the body lives in now. And when you come back to the body, peace becomes accessible again. You do not have to stay present all day perfectly. That is not realistic. But you can return again and again. Each time you notice your mind racing, you gently bring it back. You say, "Right now, I am okay." That sentence alone can be familiar at first. That is okay. Some people have lived in tension for so long that peace feels strange. Be patient. Peace grows with practice, not force. You are not trying to become peaceful. You are allowing peace to surface by removing the blocks to it. So when life challenges you, ask yourself gently, where can I bring acceptance right now? Where can I forgive, even a little? Where can I come back to this moment? These are not questions to answer perfectly. They are invitations. And every time you respond to them with kindness, you strengthen your relationship with inner peace. Let me say this to you as clearly and lovingly as I can. You deserve peace now, not after you fix everything, not after others change, not after you become someone else. You deserve peace because you are alive, and peace is your birthright. So hold these affirmations softly in your awareness. I love and accept myself exactly as I am. I choose freedom. I forgive and release. Right now I am safe. Right now I am at peace. Let them settle into you. Let them work quietly. Inner peace is not something you achieve. It is something you allow when you stop standing in your own way. Let us move now into something very practical, very gentle, and very powerful. This is where understanding becomes experience. This is where peace stops being an idea whether the world felt safe or unsafe, loving or conditional. Most of us learn to look away from ourselves. We criticize, we rush, we avoid. Mirror work gently reverses that pattern. So you stand in front of the mirror and you look into your own eyes, not harshly, not searching for flaws, just looking. And you speak slowly, softly, as if you were speaking to someone you truly care about. You might begin with the simplest sentence of all. I am safe. Notice what happens in your body when you say that. You may feel resistance. You may feel emotion. You may feel nothing at first. All of that is okay. The subconscious listens to tone more than content, so speak kindly. Then you say, I love you. This can feel surprisingly difficult for many people. If it does, that does not mean you are doing it wrong. It simply means you have discovered a place where healing is needed. Stay there gently. Do not argue with yourself. Do not force belief. Just let the words land. And then you add, everything is working out for me. This sentence is not about denying challenges. It is about reminding your system that life is not against you. Over time, these simple phrases dissolve old survival patterns and replace them with trust. Mirror work works because it bypasses the rational defenses. You are not convincing yourself. You are reassuring yourself. And reassurance is what heals the nervous system. Even 1 minute a day can begin to shift your inner dialogue. Consistency matters more than intensity. Gentle repetition is how the subconscious learns safety. The second part of this tool is core affirmations. These are beliefs you choose to practice because they create peace rather than anxiety. One of my favorites is, everything is happening for my highest good. This belief does not mean everything feels good in the moment. It means you trust that life has intelligence. It allows you to stop fighting every experience and start learning from it instead. Another powerful affirmation is, I am safe and in harmony with life. When you repeat this, you are telling your body that it does not need to stay in defense mode. Harmony is the natural state of the body when fear is released. And then there is this beautiful truth. Peace is my natural state. And there is this principle. Do things that make you feel good. We often wait for permission to enjoy ourselves. We wait until we are successful enough, healed enough, or approved of enough. But joy is not a reward. Joy is nourishment. Small pleasures matter. A warm drink, a walk, a moment of quiet. These things tell your body that life is safe to enjoy. Another essential part of peaceful living is being with people who lift you up. Energy is contagious. When you spend time with people who criticize, complain, or drain you, your system absorbs that tension. You are not required to stay in environments that harm your peace. Choosing supportive company is an act of self-respect, not selfishness. I also remind people to eat things that nourish your body. This is not about strict diets or rules. It is about listening. Your body knows what supports it. When you eat with awareness and gratitude, you strengthen the connection between mind and body. Peace grows when the body feels cared for. And finally, something very important. Go at a pace that feels right for you. Peace does not live in urgency. Peace lives in presence. When you rush constantly, you signal danger to your nervous system. When you slow down, even a little, your body begins to trust again. You do not need to live at someone else's speed. Your rhythm is enough. All of these practices come back to one simple belief. You are allowed to feel good now. You are allowed to choose peace now. Not because everything is perfect, but and I invite you to really feel the answer rather than think about it. What is the thought you are believing right now that takes your peace away? You might want to pause the video for a moment, or simply notice what comes up. And if you feel like it, you can even write it in the comments, because when we bring something into the light, it already begins to soften. So let us talk now, heart to heart, about how simple real change actually is, and how peace has never been a reward you earn, but a choice you can make in this very moment. So many people believe that changing their life requires enormous effort, dramatic decisions, or fixing everything that feels broken. And yet, what I have seen again and again is that life begins to change the moment you change how you relate to your thoughts. Not all thoughts, just one at a time. This is why I love to teach things in very small, very manageable steps. Your nervous system responds to gentleness. Your subconscious opens when it feels safe. And safety is what allows transformation. The first step is simply awareness. Step 1 is noticing the old thought. You are not judging it. You are not trying to get rid of it. You are just becoming aware. You ask yourself, what am I thinking right now that is costing me my peace? It might be a thought about the past. It might be a worry about the future. It might be a harsh sentence you repeat about yourself, your body, your choices, or your worth. The important thing is not what the thought is. The important thing is that thank them for trying to protect you, and then move to the second step. Step 2 is choosing again. This is where your power lives. You do not have to know the perfect new thought. You do not have to jump straight to positivity. All you need is willingness, and willingness is very soft. You simply say, I am willing to choose a different thought. Even that sentence is enough to begin a shift. Willingness opens the door. It tells your subconscious that change is allowed. Sometimes the new thought is very simple. Instead of I can't handle this, you might choose I am learning to handle this. Instead of, nothing ever works out for me, you might choose, I am open to seeing this differently. You are not lying to yourself. You are offering your mind a kinder. Choose a new thought and then criticize themselves when the old one comes back. That only creates more tension. Instead, you reinforce with compassion. You repeat your chosen affirmation gently. You take a deep breath. You remind yourself that learning takes time. You are building a relationship with your mind, not training an enemy. So you might repeat your affirmation slowly. You might place a hand on your heart. You might say, "It's okay, I'm learning." This is how real change happens, not through pressure, but through repetition and love. The subconscious learns through consistency and emotional tone. When you're gentle with yourself, your mind becomes an ally instead of a battlefield. And I want you to really hear this. You do not need to do these steps perfectly. You will forget sometimes. You will catch the thought later than you would like. But what if peace is what helps the problem resolve? When you are peaceful, you think more clearly. You respond instead of react. You hear your inner guidance. Peace does not mean nothing happens. Peace means you meet what happens with steadiness instead of fear. This is why I love this truth so much, and I want you to let it sink in deeply. When you change the way you think, the world you live in changes. Not because the world suddenly becomes perfect, but because you experience it differently. You stop fighting life. You start cooperating with it. And life responds to that cooperation in very loving ways. You are not here to struggle endlessly. You are here to learn how to love yourself through your experiences. And peace is one of the greatest expressions of self-love. When you choose peaceful thoughts, you are telling yourself, I matter. My well-being matters. I deserve gentleness. So let us end with this affirmation, spoken slowly, as if you are saying it to the most precious person in your life. You might even want to repeat it with me, or write it in the comments as a commitment to yourself. I choose happiness. I choose peace. And I choose to love myself. Feel how that lands. Feel how it opens something inside you. Remember, my dear one, you can make this choice again and again throughout the day. Peace is always one thought away, and every time you choose it, you are changing your life in the most